Capricorn. Okay, so we're going to look at why can't I quit you? You may be in a relationship that you feel kind of like you're on a hamster wheel, make up to break up dynamics. It might feel toxic at times. It might feel, amazing at times, and you don't know whether to stay, whether to go, whether to continue to work things out. Maybe you've already broken up, and yeah. What do I do? What do I do? I'm going to put this back because I wasn't asking for it, but this is what it's like, right? Like we're juggling. It could be for you, Capricorn, that you have maybe two different relationships, but it could also just be kind of like this, like stay or go, right? And that's putting it back because I didn't ask. But it looks like it's kind of karmic, past life, or even a relationship maybe that you had from or with someone from your past. Okay, so who are you, Capricorn? What is the role that you play in this dynamic? What is the role that you play in this dynamic, Capricorn? How did all this get? What's the role that Capricorn plays? Two of Pentacles and the Six of Cups keeps kind of showing its little face. I pre-shuffled. I shuffled earlier, and I said out loud to myself, like, wow, this looks really kind of sad and heavy. Wonder what's going on. But who knows? Okay, so yeah. Oh, yeah, this card kept coming out in the other deck, in the clarifying deck. So Capricorn, you have two sevens. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. You have the Seven of Cups, and then you have the Ten of Wands. Sevens for me always represent potential, or like a fork in the road. And it could be a potential for growth of any kind, whether you choose to pursue one path or the other. But it's almost like you come to a crossroads in sometimes the choice that we have to make at that crossroad. It doesn't feel good, but it's required for our growth. So let me just kind of take a look at this here. So the question is, who are you in this relationship? The one that you feel like you can't quite quit. I think you think about it often, trying to figure out whether there's more that you should continue to like work on and grow and nurture, or whether it's time to, kind of pull the vines up and till the soil and plant a new seed somewhere. And it's like, looks like, you fantasize a lot about maybe what it could be. Maybe in some delusion about it. But it is heavy. It is a struggle. It has been a struggle, because here we have the healing card. It may be something that you look back, because I was seeing the Six of Cups. Maybe it's like when you kind of think back on it, you think really more about like the happy, nostalgic times, days, but it was difficult. It is or was difficult. And I think you're coming through a time of healing or peaceful acceptance after really carrying this heaviness with you for so long. But we'll see. We'll see if what else comes out, okay? And who was your person? I think you really worked hard. I think you really, really did, or do work hard. And, relationships shouldn't be that difficult. Regardless of what your fantasy is, it shouldn't be that difficult. They shouldn't feel that heavy, that you're walking and doing the work, on your own. So who's your person, Capricorn? Wants to be seen, but I'm going to keep going until it actually flips out. Who's your person? Who's the person for Capricorn? What role do they play? Okay, it came up Four of Wands in the reverse. In the upright, for me, it's very stable, celebratory relationship. It's karmic, because I see 1111. There's lots of joy, and because I see the red and the blue, kind of the balanced union. You both are getting, so if you look at, here's the two of wands on this side and the two of wands on this side. It's like kind of what you both were dreaming of, or both were trying to manifest. And y'all came together, and it's happy. There's a reason to celebrate. There's stability in this passionate union, but you have it in reversed. I'm sorry. And yeah, this person may be like the mother of your child or children. looks like, see, the devil's right there, the third card. So the Empress for this person, I mean, you know, I think you really idolized her in a lot of ways, and she is the embodiment of all of the queens in the minor arcana. So this is the major. She is creative and very fertile and connected, you know, with everything, and she knows she's, you know, she's a creative Mother Earth, Mother, surrounded in abundance. There's a sign of Venus, right? Well, she's just love, right? But I'm kind of wondering if you maybe had this vision of her or idealized her. Maybe you got divorced and there's some sort of obsession here. With her. Okay, so what are the challenges that are coming up for you? They're challenging aspects because of the relationship, or the relationship is causing your own internal sort of woundings and triggers and things that you need to work on to come up. So what are the challenges that are coming up for you, Capricorn? Challenges coming up for Capricorn. Let me put this like this. I want to do it like that. Okay. And this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. So you can go to astro.com, astro.com, and find your a free natal chart, which will have the placements. It will show you what sign is your rising sign, what sign is your moon sign, what sign is your Venus sign, okay? Moon and Venus are, you know, very particular to kind of relationship stuff. Uh-oh, sounds like my washer's off balance. I hope you cannot hear that. Okay. Okay, so what are the challenges that are coming up? Okay. Six of Pentacles. Being able to give as well as receive. And then you have the 6. Wow. So double 7 and then a 6 and then a 6 at the bottom of the deck. You know, this person may have made you feel, you know, when you were in your life that you were, you know, you just felt very victorious. Like, this is my queen, and look at her in all her Empress, you know, beauty and abundance, and but the challenge is, it could also be that you needed to learn more about the balance of giving and receiving, and to, you know, kind of a more shadow aspect of this card is that this person can be up on their high horse often, right? Let's see what's going on with them. What were the challenges coming up for them in this relationship? Capricorn. I mean, okay, I'm wondering if you were playing the rescue hero to this person. Because the element that's really sticking out at me today during your reading is that, you know, he's kind of, let me set this down for a second. He's kind of like, what's sticking out for me is this piece right here. You know, and he's just so big, right? He's like, he's giving to them, but I don't know why the energy for me feels like, and if I think about the Six of Wands, it feels like he's kind of like, I'll take care of you, you know, because I'm Mr. Big. And that's not a genuine reciprocal relationship. It's a codependent relationship. It's a bought and paid for relationship. So what if I say something and it works for you? Great. If it doesn't, then don't. It doesn't work. Check your sun, your moon, rising, or Venus, or I'm not connecting to your energy. You know, just growing my channel right now. So hopefully, I'm seeing new people and Spirit has led you here. If there's something that you need to hear from me. So who is your person? What were the challenges that were coming up for them or are coming up for them? Oh, the World. Huh. Challenges coming up for them. Why would the World be a challenge? This may have been a lesson of completion for them. Some kind of a lesson that maybe they've been learning, working on. They also may have felt pretty fabulous with, you know, the attention that you were giving them, and the offer that you were making to them, you know. If this ended, it may be, once again, just a completion, like a karmic completion for them, okay, for their side. And yeah. And the challenge for them is sort of like, what next? what 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 happens? What do I do now? Where do I plant my seed now? They too could have some internal conflict as they are healing and maybe missing you. I don't know. That you did provide them with sort of like the world, right? I mean, they saw you potentially as that person, help them with their coin and enjoying the world, but abundance, expansion. I don't think there's really anything bad about this particular card. It's more about, what are they doing with this opportunity? What are they, how are they looking at it? Are they going to heal? Are they going to, it's like there's just a lot of potential here to repeat an old cycle or to heal it or to change your perspective so you heal it. What is the thing? I don't know. But the thing that they're supposed to learn, we're going to find out. But let's move on and see, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of your relationship, Capricorn? What was the purpose of the two of you coming together? Because on this plane, like whether it feels good or not, we can decide to give it meaning. Okay? And from a less enlightened space, it might just be something like never marry a redhead. You know what I mean? Or marry a man with a bigger bank account. And that's not a very enlightened position. But from a higher perspective, it can be, I need to learn to trust my intuition. I need to learn to not buy people. I need to learn to stand on my own 2 feet. I need to learn not to be bought, and those are growth. Wowie zowie. All right. That's the way we grow through relationships. Okay. So the purpose here. I'll just show you the cards that came up. The moon, okay, bringing to light things that are normally lingering around in the dark, okay. Bringing to light our shadow side. Death. In all aspects of our life, we're experiencing death because death is a part of life. So it could be the death of, it could be learning to deal with loss, learning to deal with the, um, yeah. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, oh, and there's this Six of Cups again. The bottom of the deck is this person is walking away from something that it still has fondness for or love for or something. I mean, the cups are upright. And just depending on the situation, you can look at it as walking away from something or walking towards something more fulfilling, maybe both. So it's kind of like learning to shed light on the things that lurk in the dark, but for the two of you, and transforming that into something that you can grow from and be wiser for. And then take those lessons and that growth and, move on to the next thing, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could be, well, I need to go to therapy now, or I need to kind of learn more about this part of me, the shadow part of me. I need to heal, or I need to work on making my own money or becoming more stable in myself, and leveling up. I think it's about being clear with your truth, learning to be very, very honest with yourself and your person. Not saying one thing and then in your mind believing something else. That when you set a boundary here, when you say something, this is my boundary, this is what I will not tolerate, that you do it from a place of respect for yourself, not an attempt to control another person. Because you're making a choice. It's not, when people set boundaries, it's not to force the other person's hand, right? It's not to force them into doing what you want. It's to remember your power and your respect for yourself. And so you don't want to look back after speaking your truth, keep looking back. The reason why we usually end up looking back is because many times, not usually, I'm sorry, many times it's because what we said was our truth, was a mental truth, but it wasn't a heart truth. Like we don't necessarily really believe it. Or it was a boundary that was set in order to control the other person. It was more of a threat. And then, well, either they didn't respect it or they did respect it and said, okay, well, then I can't do that. And now you're looking back. So don't get stuck in that. You can choose to learn this lesson. What did you learn about yourself? And being in being in balance with the other person. It's kind of like here as well, I'm seeing another type of balancing, you know, here. It's give and take. You know, sometimes I'm up here and I'm the person that is giving to you, and sometimes you're going to be the one that's giving to me, because you know, you can imagine like he's juggling, right? Learning that everybody, you know, is sometimes one person's going to be up and one person's going to be down, and vice versa. And sometimes it's like this, but it, you know, together. Not one person, not a rescue hero, not one person carrying the whole burden and working harder than they really need to. You know? Okay. So, what do you, Capricorn, need to do to grow and learn through this relationship? Ugh. I'm hearing Garth Brooks, The Dance. I'm hearing. I'm not hearing the lyrics. I mean, I don't know how to describe that. But there is a lyric where, let me see if it comes. Could have done without the pain. Could have done without the. Well, the gist is that there was hurt and loss, but there was also the dance, you know, the love affair, the maybe even learning through it. Something, chance. I love country music too. So I can't figure out why all this other music like is right here and just comes out in my little YouTube tarot reading playlist. But I'll post it because it's giving me anxiety that I can't get to it. Everybody loves that song. Even if you don't listen to country, you know that song. Woo! All right. Okay, so yeah. In order to grow through this relationship, I want to see if I can how do I want to say this? You don't have to give up your dreams or the nostalgia and the happy memories. You don't have to give those up. But please learn to recognize when something is real and mature and it's not childhood fantasies or romantic idealized notions. You know, this is also about, again, the Six of Cups coming out. This is for you, I think, also a kind of balancing out of maybe a karmic past life, if you believe in that kind of thing, relationship. Whatever fits for you, okay? And growing into someone who is a King of Cups. He's very mature and stable and grounded in his ability to love, nurture, protect, take care of his family, his lovers, his home, like his kingdom. He's very mature in it. So you want to grow past this more childlike vision of, you know, what love is. I want to know what love is. Hope you can show me. Guys, I don't even know. Country is my jam. So why can't I get the country songs? I'm getting these other songs that are not my jam, but that's fine. And there are never winners and losers in arguments, okay? Arguing is supposed to be for problem solving, not to figure out who's right and who's wrong. That was at the bottom of the deck. And just for people who don't know, the bottom of the deck energy is about sort of like what is underlying what's going on here, you know, from past, present to into the future. It's sort of like an underlying, it's like the undercurrent, okay? So whenever I have pull a card, I also am referring to the bottom of the deck. And I don't know if everyone does that, when they do it, but for me, it gives me a little extra information every time I have a new card come up. Okay, so what do they need to learn or to do in order to grow through this relationship? I gotta think if you did go to counseling, because he's kind of a counselor, right? Counselor energy, works in emotions. But I think if you did go into counseling, you could illuminate some of the stuff that's lurking beneath the ideas that you have, the notion that you need to be working so hard. Relationships are hard work, but they're hard work because they challenge us to ourselves to grow and to rise above, you know, our ego, if you will. They're not supposed to be continued struggle because there's a delusion or a fantasy element. They're not supposed to be so hard because you're operating out of your ego and you're not willing to grow. Knight of Pentacles. I think they need to, bottom of the deck is the Magician, card of Virgo, and the Fool underneath that, and the Knight of Cups. So I think for them, it's important, whoever this person, it's kind of interesting. I think that they definitely need to learn to create manifest their own coin, their own stability, so that they are not dependent on someone else, and then they can come in with their cup of love. So bottom of the deck, and then after that, the Fool, take a leap of faith, offer their cup of love to someone, you know, a new beginning, opportunity. Once they slowly move towards whatever it is that they want to grow. But he looks like he's moving away from you, Capricorn, this night. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to break up, or that I'm saying that, but you know, you can figure all this out. Be more practical, move at a slower pace when moving into a relationship. Maybe the two of you, you know, just kind of jumped in too quickly. So right now, what is the highest possible outcome? Just for right now, what is the highest possible outcome for this relationship? Why can't I quit you? Ooh, yeah, death. Okay, it needs to end. Something in this dynamic needs to end. And recognize that that's a lot of swords. Probably didn't take but one or two to kill this person. But if you can bottom of the deck is Hangman, so change of perspective, enlightenment, kind of time out to think about what happened in the past and change your perspective on it. Become more enlightened about the dynamics that were at play so that you can move on. Or learn to deal with the egos here and the dependency here, and you know, also still take time to rest and reflect on what's going on, and maybe seek counseling and let that dynamic die. But I do feel like you got a lot of tens, right? I mean, you got a lot of completion. You got the 10 of Wands, you got the 10 of Swords, Death card, the World, the Hanged Man comes right before, is it Death? Yeah. Like whatever's going on, there's like a new perspective that needs to, a change of the way you're thinking about this needs to happen so that it either can die or be transformed into something new altogether. But I just really kind of feel like, you know, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but this is why you can't quit your person, okay? Lots of idealizing here. Fantasy, romanticizing, childhood, childlike beliefs. Or memories or nostalgia, or, I mean, it's not. I love the newer Disney movies. That's all I'm going to say. It's just more realistic, right? In some ways. Okay. Let's look at this. Fairy tales can come true, but you have to be grounded in reality. In Pretty Woman, where he drives that, she said she wants the fairy tale. Was it she that said? I think she says she wants the fairy tale, right? And he couldn't give her the fairy tale in his mind, But then he missed her. And he recognized and remembered the things that she did bring to his life, the spontaneity and the childlike playfulness, and, getting him out of his uptight, workaholic, wounded inner child, I can't succumb to love kind of thinking. Whoa. And he starts thinking about her, and then he comes and gets her in his white limousine, and he's got his I think he had an umbrella. I don't remember what it was, but coming out of the rooftop of the limo, Vivian, and he runs up the fire escape to get her, a la, Romeo and Juliet, and it was just, oh my gosh. I've never seen Pretty Woman. And if you haven't ever seen Pretty Woman, you're probably pretty young. But go watch Pretty Woman. And so he says, so what happens, or he says something like, what happens when the knight rescues the princess or whatever? And she says, well, she rescues him right back. They're healing each other's wounds, but this person is, I think, is playing the rescue hero in order to give himself this more sense of superiority or something like that, right? It's not, yeah, okay, so it's not the same. You each have to be grounded in yourself in order to be able to come together in a mature, grounded, stable offering of love. So, feeling alone, and refusing to see. So 5 of Pentacles, left out in the cold, and refusing to see. I don't want to know what I know. I don't want to know. If I allow myself to know what I don't want to know, what I don't want to see, then I have to suffer and be alone and sad. But it's a feeling that also passes. towards into healing. Breaking free from, this is at the bottom of the deck, breaking free from the chains that, or limiting beliefs, or whatever it is that are preventing you from having the fairy tale that you want. I can see you want the fairy tale. Okay, Capricorn. Okay, and then these two add up to 7. So again, we've got more potential here. This is really, if you can really face some of the things that you just don't show anyone else, the things that are hiding in the dark. The wounds, the insecurity, the shame, whatever it is, if you can illuminate those and transform those, you have the potential to really get to where I know you want to be. I can see it, and you do have a generous spirit. And you have the potential to be this King of Cups. You really do. Okay, sorry, forgot to talk. What is the wisdom guidance or energy for Capricorn to integrate from the animal spirits? Okay. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Peacock and beaver. Coming through and being kind of owning your experience and your path and your journey and your wisdom, and in order to build, to be the master builder, which you are, Capricorn. The master builder for your life, for your family, for your community. I'm going to read out of the book, though, okay? Let me turn this around because this is how they... Okay. So, Peacock. So pretty. I am in love with that color right now. Kind of blue-green. It's the color of wholeness. Peacock, inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. Peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, confident and kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. Wow. It's really good. And beaver. Just love his little face. Oh my God. Yep. Hard worker, loyal, tireless, family first. You are a hard worker. Make sure it's for the right thing. The beaver personality is a welcome sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they'll work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term, steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, meaning selfless service, meaning I'm not doing something in order to gain something. I'm just doing it because I am a hard worker. I am a generous person. I do see the value of my community. When in balance, happy and meaningful work, and when out of balance, feels useless and worn out. That's kind of the energy that I was getting when I was shuffling earlier, wondering like what's going on with Capricorn. See, there it is again. And so to bring into balance physical labor and selfless service. Okay, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here and supporting my channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and honey, be you. You have purpose. Capricorn, you're a master builder. There's nothing that you cannot achieve if you set your mind to, but make sure that your mind is in the right place and recognize that everything that you go through has purpose, including taking time to heal, because we are all connected. This person over here on this side is helping you to grow, to level up. And so even in the dissolution of a relationship, if it doesn't all work out, you know, give it a meaning that is growth oriented, if you will. Healed people heal people. And as we kind of expand and come into contact with other people, if we're all working on healing and rising up and leveling up, we can do great things together. And I think that we're really kind of forgetting that. And that's my why in doing this, is trying to be a part of that community of healers that are helping us all to come back together and connect us to our spiritual why, you know? Okay, so thank you. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, so if you're watching, I hope you're having a good time. Okay, bye.